Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday to you. How you doing? Good to be back in the saddle. Let's get our chat all sorted out here. Activate that chat source. How's about TikTok? We want to get some chat from TikTok. AR Roslyn, welcome in. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday. How are you? How you doing? Hey, Will, welcome in, my friend. Thank you for sharing some writing in the Discord. I appreciate that. I was super busy yesterday, so I apologize I haven't looked at it as in-depth as I would like. But I should have some time today to pop over and take a look. Welcome back, buddy. Folks, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday. Weren't we just doing this? Oh, that's right, it was an interview. I was joking with my wife. I had a podcast interview at Sunday afternoon, and then streamed Monday morning, and then a podcast interview Monday night, and now we're streaming Tuesday morning. So I'm on a schedule of about every 12 hours we go live here. So, oh, you don't see anything? Oh, ha. How about now? Thank you, Rise. I appreciate that. I did not turn on my virtual camera. How about now? That was just a voice from the void talking at you. that's a little creepy. Sorry about that. But thank you for letting me know. There we go. Alrighty. Well, that's why I have you wonderful folks. You let me know when I make the mistakes. Nah, welcome in. Elsie, good to see you. Ian, good morning, my friend. Gearbox, it's coming well. No words today. We're still at a fresh, beautiful zero, full of potential. It's a good place to be at, you know? All potential energy. We're going to convert it into kinetic today as we fly across that keyboard. How about you, Gearbox? How you doing, buddy? Folks, what have you been up to? You been reading anything good? You been seeing any good movies? Like, what's going on? Talk to me for a minute here as we get the hands warmed up. Get the words starting to trickle in on in. We had a very good podcast last night, interview with my buddies over at the Chat and Stats podcast. So that was a lot of fun. Always happy to be there. Appreciate them having me. Gearbox, you said you're not doing bad. You're just kind of chilling. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Could all use a bit more of that, huh? Well, folks, the coffee is hot. The sun is coming up. We're getting there. And there are words to be written. So I think we're going to get after that here in a minute. That is what we do around here, isn't it? Now, I looked at Discord briefly before I booted everything up today. I see there's a lot I got to catch up on. Y'all been chatting about stuff, and like every channel, almost every channel's got new unreads I need to get to. So I'll be excited to see what's going on there. All right, well, folks, we are a writing stream. Welcome in, by the way, everyone. If you're not familiar, I'm author Alex Knight. It's a pleasure to meet you. Welcome to our cozy corner of the internet. We're here every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time, and just trying to send you off into the world with some good vibes. Get you feeling good first thing in the morning. JR, good morning. Good morning. Good to see you. Hope you had a good Easter. And welcome in. Thank you for joining us. As I was saying, folks, if you're new around here, we do writing sprints. I do 5 minutes focused writing time in which I write my next book on stream. And I encourage y'all to create along with me. Then we circle on back and we do Q&A about books, writing, publishing. Yesterday it was classic Pokemon games. Whatever it is, we talk about it. And by the end of the stream, we try to have 1,000 words written. More progress on my next book and whatever it is you're working on. And the next day, we come back and we do it again. If that sounds like fun, hey, hang around. I think it's fun. Rise, you said you made some changes to Chapter 1 and reworded it on the writing you shared. All right. I know there was some good advice from folks in there. I appreciate the Discord community. Shout out to Ian the Wizard as well as Paul Hare, who were in there getting some feedback, being helpful, talking about fun writing prompts. It's a good time. All right. Well, should we put some words on page? Get after it a little bit early today. Maybe we jump off the line a bit ahead of schedule. Not that we really have a schedule here. We just try to have 1,000 words by the time we're done. All right. Well, let's go for it, y'all. We got 5 minutes on the clock. If you're new, the way this works, I'll be writing for the next 5 minutes, working on my book on stream. I encourage y'all to create along with me or get done whatever it is you need to get done. But anyway, hey, the clock is ticking. I should get to writing. If you're writing along with me, if you're coding along with me, whatever it is you're doing, good luck. Kooky, welcome in. Good to see you, my friend. How have you been? Has the recovery from the surgery gone well? I hope you're feeling well, feeling good, back in action. And did you get the promotion? Let us know. Kooky, you said you're doing well and able to eat solid foods again. Hey, congratulations, Kooky. I'm glad to hear that. There's a lot of joy in solid foods. I want you to be able to appreciate those. Finox, hey, thanks for being here, buddy. Welcome in. These are my books here. The top row is fantasy, bottom row is lit RPG. My books are typically some variation of fantasy. The Far Wild on the top right is a fantasy thriller. It's kind of like Jurassic Park. Servant of Rage on the top left is more of like a Dragon Ball Z Highlander type story. But all of them fantasy. And yeah, available on Amazon in ebook, audiobook, and paperback. Feel free to give them a look if you're interested. Impage, welcome in, my friend. Good to see you. Good to see you. Phoenix, you're a lit RPG fan. Well, that bottom row is just for you, dude. Feel free to check them out. If you got any questions, please ask. Happy to talk about them. Impage, how are you doing, my friend? Good to see you again. Welcome back in. Kooky, you said you had to reschedule the interview for the promotion for tomorrow. Hey, well, fingers crossed for you. We can send some good vibes your way. And Phoenix, pick a favorite child. Who? Look, y'all, the favorite child is Wriggly Little Hands, top center. But that one's not out yet, so it's kind of mean of me to say that because you can't get it until May 27th, or May 9th will be the soft launch for just the paperback. But if I'm picking from the rest of them, it's probably the Far Wild, top right, probably the Far Wild. But Phoenix, if you're looking for a lit RPG, I'd say go with Warden. Go with Warden. It's a lot of fun. Moose, you said Far Wild seems interesting. Well, thank you. Yeah, it's like Jurassic Park, but in a fantasy world. And instead of dinosaurs, there are other types of prehistoric beasties chasing folks around. It's a good time. I'm a big fan of it. Impage said, I'm doing my best. Glad to be here. Well, Impage, we're glad to have you. And I had paused. We were in a writing sprint. So let's keep that going. Get a few more words on page here. Thanks for being here, folks. Appreciate everybody popping in, asking questions and whatnot. I'll pause it real quick. The way it's going to work, folks, I'm going to write for another 2 minutes, 55 seconds. If you have questions or anything, drop them in chat, and we'll talk about them as soon as this little writing sprint's done. But thanks for being here. Insarge, good to see you, my friend. You said you're finally on vacation. Where are you vacationing? What's going on? Give us the tea, man. How you chilling? How you relaxing? Brian, hey, thank you for joining. Kevin, thank you for the follow, my friend. Thanks for being here. Happy Tuesday to you. How you doing? How you doing on this second day of the week, staring down the long 3+ days till the weekend? Well, thank you for following, Kevin. I'm glad to hear you're doing good. And Sarge, you're down in my neck of the woods. I live in Texas currently, but I'm from Florida, and that state is in my blood. It's in my soul. I'm just plotting my triumphant return to it as we speak. I hope you enjoy Fort Myers, dude. It's a good place. Beautiful beaches, beautiful water. Oh, well, Phoenix, thank you, my friend. That's incredible. Never any obligation to do that, but thank you. You said I gave the Far Wild a purchase and Warden a rent on Amazon. Well, thank you very much, Phoenix. That's super kind of you. I hope you enjoy them. Please let me know. Let me know what you think. I'd love to see as you go through it. But I hope you enjoy them. And watch out for that Sinizio character in the Far Wild. He's a bit much. Phoenix, what is Phinox? What's your name inspired by? Alright, let's check that timer. 30 seconds left. 30 seconds, so I'm going to get one last little writing sprint for these last few seconds, see if we can get a respectable word count. Alright, that's got to be time. Yes, it is. Alright, writing sprint done. 193 words. Alright, we'll take that. We will take that. Good little start, just kind of shaking those fingers out. Gotta stretch them, warm up here. It's a good start though. I'm not too mad about it. JR, you said you're making stickers for your next book. Do I have any advice of what to put them on besides the cover? JR, are you using them as like a promotional thing? Are you gonna be sending them out to readers? Or what's the concept there? I guess before I tell you what to do with them, essentially. 46, welcome in, my friend. Good to see you. Rich, hey, didn't I just talk to you? Didn't I just talk to you? That was a good show last night, man. I hope you're doing well. 46, you got 1 million words going on in your head. That's a lot of words, dude. That's a 10-book series right there. Sleepy, good morning. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday. Allie, good morning to you as well. Sleepy, you're at chapter 30 in the Far Wild, and Sinicio is such a fun character. Well, thank you for saying so. I appreciate that, man. He's a real challenge to write, let me tell you. That dude is an absolute nightmare from the creative side of things, but good God, is he fun. So worth it. JR, you said they're promo to readers. Okay. Yeah, I probably wouldn't put them on the cover then. I would just let the reader do what they want with them. Maybe they stick them on a water bottle, or I know folks have like sticker books these days. They just have so many stickers, they put them in a designated book where you can kind of peel them off and kind of save them for later almost. Call it a refrigerator for stickers. So yeah, I probably wouldn't affix them to anything. I'd just throw them in a letter to readers or whatnot. Logie or Loge, yeah, I agree with your girlfriend's opinion that don't want to put stickers on the books unless they come off easy. Put them on a water bottle or something, I think. That's right, Rich. You did tell me. You did tell me you'd be sleeping in and you wouldn't make the live stream today, and yet here you are. Can never trust you. Nah, I hope you slept well and didn't wake up sleepless, and that's why you're hanging out. You just couldn't wait for the live stream, Rich. That's what it was. Good to have you though, dude. 46 says, during that spread, I got 1 million words going in my head. During that sprint? Well, 46, you outpaced me because I've only got 193. But they're on page, so that's got to count for something, right? Yeah, JR, I will say, if you haven't purchased the stickers already, they're a nice to have, but I've not found readers to be too excited about them. Like, I feel like everybody kind of gets stickers these days. So they're kind of a cool idea. But I don't know, I've not seen the best return on investment of them. Like, people don't seem that hyped about them. Peter Marsh on YouTube, my friend, welcome in. Good to see you. You said, hey, Alex, I finally made it back to one of your live streams. Yeah, Peter, it's been a little while, but glad you're back. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for tuning in on YouTube. Folks, if you don't know, the reason we have that extra chat window on screen here is so you can talk to the YouTube crowd, and the YouTube crowd can talk to you. The YouTube crowd's pretty small. We're still growing over there. But they're here, and you guys can communicate now. Rich, you said the cat said you had to get up early. Oh, and you finished reading Wriggly Little Hands last night. Well, awesome. Rock on, dude. I hope you liked the ending. And you know now that one of your predictions was pretty spot on with how it ended. AJ, you said, what book are we writing now? AJ, thank you for asking, my friend. We are doing book 5 in the Paragon series right now, so that's going to be on the bottom left down here. That is book 1. We don't have a cover yet for book 5. But yeah, we're working on book 5 for that one. And if we want to take a little peek ahead at our writing schedule, we'll be writing Paragon 5 for the next couple weeks. And then 2 weeks before the launch of Wriggly Little Hands, coming up on May 27th, we're going to start doing a Wriggly Little novella, a little free novella for that world, for the 2 weeks leading up to launch and the 1 week after. And then that should be out pretty quickly right after that. So we'll get back-to-back Wriggly Little releases. Ooh, that's hard to say. Wriggly Little releases. That's a tongue twister to start off your Tuesday. So yeah, that's what we're working on. Book 5 of Paragon right now. Bert, good morning. Welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. I got some Night Market to catch up on. I've been too busy to pop over, but I need to go see what you've been releasing. Y'all, Bert does short stories over on his TikTok account. Good stuff. Very good stuff. Perfectly creepy, I love it. Huge fan. Peter Marsh on YouTube, he said, thank you. I'm doing good. I'm at work, but I'm definitely interested in joining a writing sprint. Hey, rock on. We can get that organized for you, Peter. We can definitely get a little writing sprint going here in a moment. Renegade, also on YouTube, said, we are small but mighty. Good morning. Hey, good morning, my dude. Good to see you. Welcome in, YouTube. Appreciate my growing YouTube crowd. I appreciate my TikTok crowd. Sleepy, you said, whoa, whoa, big dog. Does Thief of Honor have a release window? It does. It does, Sleepy. Oh, wait, the cover's not there. We'll pull it up on this one. There we go. Y'all, if you don't know, if you weren't here, Thief of Honor right here is the novella we wrote on stream a couple weeks back. I wrote almost all of it on stream. It is going to the editor. It's kind of with the editor, actually. And then once it's done, we're going to put it out. So I would say we're 2 weeks, 3 weeks out from having Thief of Honor in the world. And it's a free prequel novella, so it's just going to be out there. Y'all can pick it up. No money required. And it is a prequel to Servant of Rage here on the top left, which is already out and about. So you're able to pick it up if you are interested in it. Anyway, folks, welcome in. Glad to have you. Glad to see you. Happy Tuesday. Let me catch up on chat here. So much to say. Rich, you said you're so excited to see what Sound Booth Theater does for Wrigley Little Hands. They've done an incredible job. I know we talked about it last night, but I literally, when I got the audiobook proof of that, which, folks, for those that don't know, we are talking about Wrigley Little Hands here in the top middle. It's a fantasy comedy I wrote, and that's coming out pretty soon in paperback, ebook, and audiobook. And I just got the audiobook proof of it from the publisher. Astounding, y'all. I can't believe it. It literally, I was in the middle of a hard work day and I got that audiobook and I had to sit there for like 45 minutes and listen to 8 chapters in a row because it was just so good. I couldn't stop. I was astounded by the work. Shout out to Sound Booth Theater who did that. JR, you said, is there an alternative you would suggest? I'm making book boxes. Kind of like PR boxes. This is my first time. JR, the stuff that people have liked the most that I've done in mine has been personalized stuff from the author, handwritten stuff, signed things, and then unique things that relate to the story. Like in Servant of Rage, there's a secret society, and they have a symbol. So I got that symbol laser cut onto little wooden tokens and tucked those in there. Folks have really resounded with those. I think it's just the key is practical things, not just the kind of stuff that, like, try not to make it stuff that people would get at a convention, you know, like at a company would just give out at like a hiring fair. Try to make it a little more custom than that. It's a tough ask, but I think it's better to have a slightly more expensive custom thing that's meaningful than it is just a bunch of stickers and whatnot. Rin, thank you for the follow, my friend. Happy Tuesday, and thanks for being here. How are you doing? Glad to have you. Y'all, a lot of new folks hanging out, so first of all, thank you for being here. If y'all don't know, I'm author Alex Knight. I'm writing my next book live on stream every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. We're hanging out here, having a good time. We do 5-minute writing sprints, in fact. Let's go ahead and pull that timer up. We can do one here in a minute. And when I'm writing, I encourage y'all to write along with me or create anything you want to create. Whatever it is during that time, please, we'll work on it together. Then at the end, we'll circle back, see how we did, and continue talking about books, writing, publishing. Any questions y'all got for me, hit me with them. We'll talk about it. Yesterday it was classic Pokemon. We got on a little tangent about that, so whatever the topic is, you let me know. Now let me catch up on chat here. I see a lot of stuff going on. Appreciate y'all. Will, you said, are you doing a pre-sale of Wrigley Little Hands? I'm not doing any pre-sale. Well, there will be a pre-order, Will. So we're going to soft launch the paperback, I'm pretty sure, on May 9th. And then as soon as that happens, the ebook and audiobook will be on pre-order. So you'll be able to pre-order those off Amazon if those are the formats you want. Senior Goat Impage said, "Sir, please refrain from releasing things that are little and wriggling." No promises. I do have a book coming out called Wrigley Little Hands, so we're going to continue that theme for a little while. Senior Goatman said, "Happy Tuesday, here to lurk in the background." Hey, that's all good, buddy. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday to you. Glad to see you. Jay Cogill. Hey, sorry it took me so long to get here, man. Try to catch up on everything. You said, "I want to write a fantasy novel and have it printed for my friends and family. You're inspiring me." Well, thank you, Jay. I'm glad to hear that, man. Rock on, and thanks for being here. Hey, we write together on stream. That's what we do. Monday to Thursday, it's writing streams. Friday we do something a little special, but Monday to Thursday it's writing. So if you're trying to write, please, by all means, join us on this next writing sprint coming up, and just get some words on paper. Don't have to be good words. Don't worry about that. We're just about getting words on paper. You can edit it later. And if you got any questions in the meantime, hit me up, man. I'm happy to help you however I can. You're very welcome, JR. I hope my my answer helped. But please, as always, continue to ask. Always happy to help. Slindy, good morning, my friend. Find your smile said Pokemon. What? Where? Yeah, Smile. Hey, buddy. Good to see you. Welcome in as well. We were talking about Pokemon Yellow yesterday. I've started a playthrough of my childhood Pokemon games. So I'm doing Yellow and then Gold and then Ruby. And then I'm going to hit up all the stuff that I missed because that's all I've ever played. And I know there's a fair few out there I need to catch up with. 1992 Toyota Land Cruiser, my friend. Hello. Happy Tuesday. How are you doing? Good to see you again. Super distinct name. How could I ever forget you? How you doing, buddy? AJ, you said you're going to watch Return of the Sith in theaters on Thursday. Going to be awesome. Oh, is that coming in for like a May the 4th thing or something coming up? Or are they just putting that back in theaters because why not? John K. Foster, hey, good to see you again, buddy. Been a little while, but welcome back. You said, what's something you couldn't write without? Particular computer program, cup of coffee, anything? Ooh, good question. Write without. I mean, really digital. I really love a keyboard. I've tried typewriter writing, and it's fun. It's just slow. I've tried handwriting, and my hand cramps after about a page, which is not great. So really, it's probably keyboard if we're really going to get simple with it. I really love the speed of it. It moves at the speed of my brain, basically. If we're talking computer program, I do love my Google Docs. I have a MacBook and a PC, so being able to write on either one in Google Docs just kind of syncs it together. Absolutely love that. What about you, John? You got something you need? I mean, we got the coffee right here, but let me know. All right, folks, I'm going to go ahead and say it's a 60-second warning for the writing sprint. So if you're going to write with me on this next sprint, please turn to a blank page and get that pen ready, or open your word processor. Warm those fingers up because we're about to get to it. I'll just take these last few questions in chat. Will, you said regarding editing, how does it work? What all do they suggest / fix, or is it more proofwriting? Will, there are three main types of editors. There's copy editing, which is saying basically, hey, you spelled strong wrong in this passage, and fixing it. There's line editing, which is saying, hey, you used the word strong 3 times in this paragraph, maybe you should use something else. And then there's developmental editing, which is saying, hey, 13 chapters ago you said this character was actually weak, so don't call him strong now. Those are kind of the 3 types of editing. Often when I get edits done, the copy edit and the line edit are done by the same editor. And developmental edits are typically something that you need earlier on in the book. And I don't get many developmental edits these days. I've kind of gotten the formula down, but as a newer author, I needed a lot of those. And I worked with my editor to finesse the book into the shape that we wanted it to, get the story where we wanted it to go. It's the 20th anniversary of was it Revenge of the Sith? So that's why it's in theaters. All right, cool. Hey, that sounds fun. That's gonna be a cool experience, actually, the more I think about it. Have fun with that. Cassidy Cook, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you on this fine Tuesday morning? Kooky, I got you back on a sweet tea kick. Oh, I'm sorry, I abandoned you. I'm back to coffee now. But hey, ain't nothing wrong with sweet tea. Gotta enjoy that sweet tea. Have a cup for me. All right, folks, let's get this writing sprint going. We gotta get some words on page here. I'll just last thing. John said coffee for me for sure. It's what I need to write. I'm really starting to like Pages. I'm a Mac guy, so it syncs seamlessly. Yeah, John, if I just had Mac, I would write in Pages. It's super smooth. Huge fan of it. It's got a really satisfying flow to like how the words are produced as you type. It's very smooth. It's very nice. I could agree with you there. If I wasn't split between a Mac and a PC, I'd be writing in Pages all the time. Peter, you said I had you at free. Well, that's what I'm trying to do. But I'll let you know when it's out and where you can get it. Cassidy, you said you're doing good, but your writing is tough today, but you're close to your word goal. Hey, Cassidy, we're about to start this writing sprint, so let's see if we can't get you there, huh? Impage, please, great question, by the way, Impage. Please ask me again at the end of this writing sprint. I will try to remember to answer that, but please ask me again in case I forget. Um, AJ, half and half tea for you? All right, we'll allow it. We'll allow the half and half, but don't you dare say unsweet in here. We are a sweet tea friendly only stream. No, you can have it how you like. But if you do have it unsweet, I mean, that's okay. It's wrong, but it's okay. All right, folks, writing sprint. Timer's ticking. If you're writing along with me, good luck. Let's get there. Cassidy, let's help you hit that word goal. I'm gonna hit mine. We got we're starting, I'm gonna put it in chat. We're starting at 193 words, and let's see where we get by the end of it. Folks, thank you for the likes, thank you for the comments, thanks for being here. Let's do a little bit of writing together, huh? Kooky, sweet tea is just dirty sugar water. Slander on stream. No, my wife doesn't like sweet tea or tea at all. She calls it dirty root water. That's all right. That just means when there's a big old pitcher of sweet tea in the fridge, it's more for me. Other name, I appreciate you taking offense on my behalf. Kooky says I'm just stating facts here. Yeah, AJ, get that sun tea. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right, 1 minute left, folks. If you're writing along with me, let's get those words in. Finish strong. We got this. All right, that's probably time. Let's see, let's see. Yes, timer is up. All right, folks. Hey, if you were sprinting along with me, let me know how you did. Let me know what your word count is. I ended at 360 words, and I dropped it in chat. Where did I start? 193. So, 360 minus 193. 167 words. All right, that was a lighter one. That was a lighter one for me. I like to hit around 200 per sprint, but we'll take that. We'll take that. I liked the words, so we'll take that, right? Folks, drop it in chat if you were sprinting along with me. But I see there was a lot of sweet tea conversation going on. I appreciate that. AR Rosalind, you said I grew up with sweet tea and I loved it. My Canadian husband doesn't like it. Yeah, you really got to grow up with it, right? Like, it's pretty strong flavor. It's very sweet. I feel like folks don't get it if they're introduced to it later in life. Impage said sometimes it can be too sweet. I quite like bittersweet things, so balance is key. Oh, all right, all right. I'm with you. I like bittersweet as well, but when it comes to sweet tea, man, just liquid sugar, just give it to me. Extra cane syrup in your iced coffee. Ooh, that sounds good, Rosalind. Sounds very good. Well, I'm glad to know that we have so many sweet tea lovers in chat. I'm with you, folks, and I appreciate... Oh, I appreciate a good old glass of sweet tea. Call it syrup tea because it's got so much sugar in it. Yeah, I can see that, Kookie. I can see that. Well, hey, folks, welcome in. Glad to have you, and happy Tuesday. If you're not familiar, I'm someone. I can't say it. I'm author Alex Knight, and thanks for joining. We're here every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time, having a good old time working on books. I'm writing my next one on stream, and I encourage you to write along with me, like Cassidy Cook here, who got 130 words in that last sprint. Well done, Cassidy. Well done. Rock on. Folks, I encourage you to write along with me on the sprint. But it doesn't have to be writing. Could be art. Could be music. Hey, Raffy the Engineer, one of our longtime OG stream members, made our one of our background songs. It'll be this one right here. Made that during sprints on stream. So thank you, Raffy. Very cool of you. Yeah, so Impage had a question. That's right. Impage, you said, what was your first book attempt and what did it look like? Ooh, Impage, that is a good question. First book attempt. Okay, I remember. I was wildly unready for it. Impage, when I was in middle school, I attempted to write a book. I was a reader at the time, but I didn't know anything about the conventions of writing, so I just kind of went for it with this. And the book was about y'all, it's such a product of middle school me. I was a huge history buff. So the book was about a soldier who dies in World War II in the opening chapter and reawakens in an afterlife that is completely different to our reality and begins going on an adventure through it. And I had absolutely no plans for where it was going, what was going to happen. I made it about 3 chapters in. And that was about as far as it went. I reworked those 3 chapters many times. And that was about as far as it got. There was no plan. And it was way too heavily inspired by video games I was playing at the time. So highly derivative. And I think I still have the copy of it somewhere. And I don't want to read it. Not right now. Maybe later on. Maybe once I'm even further removed from it. Impage said man-made an isekai. Yeah, I guess so. It was weird. It didn't follow any sort of conventions. But it was a good start. You know, it showed me how to just kind of write and have fun with it. I think that's important. That's like the most important thing about writing, is just to have fun. From there, I think the next thing I did after that actually kind of went well was I was big into Magic the Gathering. And at the time, Guilds of Ravnica was the lore that was the current set. And if you don't know, that setting is a giant city with all these different like guilds and creatures and stuff in it. And I started writing a fake newsletter from one of the guilds that no one read except me. But yeah, I basically just started my own newspaper for them. It was very fun. Ian said you're also too influenced by video games. Yeah, I mean, look, we're influenced by what we like, right? There's nothing necessarily wrong with it. It's good to be inspired. Just there is a line somewhere, there's a border in there. It's just important to know where it's at. Kooky said, "Do you think you would rework it now that you're published?" Oh goodness, no, Kooky. It is nowhere near it. Looking back on it now, it's not even concepts of a plan for that story. I just had a single idea for like basically a scene and wrote that, and moved past that scene and went, oh god, what next? And just went nowhere with it. I have plenty of other ideas that I would love to get to first. Ian said some short stories slash poems sort of held up from high school. Hey, rock on, dude. That's fun. I'm glad to hear that. Feel like poems are a little more evergreen, you know. They're a little more emotion based, and those, you know, remain true, right? They were true when you wrote it, and they're true now. I'm glad they held up. You got a favorite one that you wrote? Can you tell us about it? I definitely wrote several back then, but we won't go into them because they're embarrassing. Senior Goatman says, "What color magic deck did you run?" Senior, I say your name every other way. Back then, I played red deck wins because I was not able to afford a better deck, and I leaned hard into being vindictive about that and playing the cheapest budget deck I could, and taking joy out of beating expensive, you know, tier 1 decks. These days, thanks to free resources like Magic Arena, where you can play online for free, I run a blue-white control deck most of the time. That's really where I have fun. It's just too expensive often in real life. I can't justify the cost of it. But when it's free online, we can do that. What about you? Senator Goatman says Impage. That's kind of really funny. I like that. AR, you got your family hooked on MTG? Hey, rock on. It's a good thing to do, right? It's a good family night. My wife and I have a draft cube, they call it, which is like 500 cards, I believe it is, or maybe it's 250. I forget how many numbers. But it's enough cards that you can draft 4 to 8 people, can draft decks out of it and have like a draft night. Very fun. It basically turns into like a board game. We have a lot of fun with that. Kooky, your friends in high school would compare your poems to Edgar Allan Poe. Hey, that is high praise. Congratulations on that. Rock on. Look, we all love Poe, right? That is quite the comparison, and congratulations. I wouldn't even say any of my poetry is anywhere near that. Folks, a lot of new folks hanging out. So first of all, thank you for being here. Glad to have you. If you want to hang out when the stream's not going, hey, there's my Discord link. I just dropped it in chat. We are right on the edge of tipping over 100 members in that server. Would love to have you in there to join us. It's a good time, folks. We share our writing that we did. We share art. We got a lot of artists that hang out around here. There's a writing sprint channel. And of course, it's just a general chat to talk about books and stories, whatever it is that you're talking about. It's a good time in there. So if you want to hang out once the stream's over, please, by all means, there's the Discord. We'd love to have you. Ian the Wizard said, "Oh gods, there was a goodish one about finding a dead seal on the beach and being horrified." Part 2 of 2. That older kids were poking and cutting up the corpse. Yeah, that is that is not a fun image, Ian. But you said it was a goodish one. All right, so kind of holds up, huh? Senior Goatman, or Senator Goatman, according to Impage. It's kind of a fun one to say. Said, "Hey, those cheap spite decks are the best." Hey, I played them forever, dude. They'll get the job done for sure. You can spike a tournament with them, as long as people don't know they're coming. AR said, "We did our own draft for Christmas. Split the cost between the 6 of us." Yeah, that's a fun way to do it, right? You split the cost, and you all get to open a bunch of packs and play with them. Like, it's a good vibe. Huge fan of it. Raffy said, "Sorry I'm late. Hotel morning was weird. Hope you've had a good one live." Raffy, you're never late, my friend. You're never late. You're here, and that's what matters. Very happy to have you. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I hope the hotel thing went well. And it was cool seeing you on live yesterday, my dude. That was fun to pop in for a little bit. Always happy when I can find the time to do it. Slindy, you said, "I wish my family liked board games and card games that were more complex, but I have no one to play with, I assume is the finishing there. I'm sorry to hear that, Slendy. Gotta find some folks to play with. It's good fun. Good fun to have a crowd to do that with. My wife and I are playing a Lord of the Rings board game right now that's super cool. You like play through the story. It's a co-op thing. You like work together to advance through different scenes in the movie. It's very cool. Had a lot of fun with it. GD Penman, welcome in, my friend. A wizard is never late. He arrives precisely when he means to. Gray, I'm glad to see you quoting Tolkien, but come on now, don't be humble. I know you've got some of your own quotes in there that would have worked. Of some of your beautiful writing that you've put together. Beautiful or perhaps witty and cutting. Either way, you go both directions. Folks, shout out to GD Penman in chat. Longtime friend of mine. An infuriatingly good author who writes far too many words each day. He is mystical and wise, and he lives in Scotland, so you know he's got a cool accent. Special guest in the chat today. Everybody, please bow down and fawn over him as appropriate. Ian the Wizard said, fear and horror is something that doesn't change as much when we age compared to emotions like love. Interesting, Ian. That's a very insightful comment. I can kind of see that. I could kind of see that in my own, growing up. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Ian, you say some very insightful things, my friend. Not just your feedback on folks writing in Discord, but in general. AJ used to play the Risk board game by yourself as a kid. Dude, that must have been tough. I am very sorry. I am very sorry to hear that. You need some good friends to play it with, because boy, is it a commitment, but God, it's fun. I've had some all-night gaming sessions on Risk. I hope you have some folks you can play it with. Senior Goatman, you highly recommend Trench Crusade as a TTRPG to check out. Very Warhammer in style. Interesting. Interesting. Well, folks, this is a writing stream, so first of all, we should probably get back to that, but thank you all for being here. Absolute pleasure having everyone here. Chat's popping off, and I'm glad to see it. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Starting off the day just right, and that's the plan around here, right? We try to start everybody's day off right, get some good vibes into the world as you all go out. So thank you for being here and helping me doing that. Rafi said, I'm probably going to go live again later today. Honestly, very helpful and fun. I see why you like it. It is fun, right, Rafi? It's fun to interact with folks and just kind of, I don't know, see what's going on. Do a little bit on stream. So good luck with it, man. Fingers crossed for you. Impage says, Penman be praised. And GD Penman says that the speed Risk is played. I don't know what you'd notice. I don't know that you'd notice the difference playing it alone. That's very good. Very accurate, GD. All right, folks. Hey, well, we are a writing stream, at least on Monday through Thursdays. Y'all know on Fridays we are a map-making stream. So we're going to get back to that this coming Friday. Done it twice before. Been a ton of fun, y'all. We gotta do a little teaser here. Let's pull up how the map's going. See what we did last Friday on it. Little look in here, and just a brief thought about what we might be doing this Friday on it. So y'all get your world building hats on for a moment here. This is our map that we have built together over the last 2 Fridays on stream. Pretty sick, y'all. We filled in the whole north up here. It's got a whole like Puerto Rico rainforest, mountains into the sea type vibe going on. Got some Smuggler's Cove aesthetic going on. The middle of the island's just planned out a little bit, but we'll get to it. And then the south is where we spent last Friday, working on this little island chain down here. And this creepy old ghost town hidden down there behind the clouds. I want to lower the opacity on that. It's a little bit hard to see, but we'll get to it on Friday. So yeah, every Friday, folks, we'll be working on maps together on stream. And shout out to our little Easter egg here. We had chat request a duck be added in, so we have our little duck here hiding in a tree next to the waterfall. So yeah, every Friday we're gonna keep working on maps, making them together on stream. Yeah, GD, you like that name, Witherworm? Chat came up with it. Appreciate that for them. They actually came up with all the names on the map. I throw it out to them, and they've done a good job with it. So yeah, that's our Friday coming up, folks. If you're back on Friday, we'll be making more of the map. But for now, we are a writing stream, And I think it's time to add some words to the page, huh? Kooky said, "Did you get a second before live to check out those icons I threw in Archer, Alex?" No, I didn't, Kooky. I want to look at those. I opened Discord briefly, and I saw that about every channel had some new stuff in it. And I went, "Oh God, that's overwhelming." I will do the stream and then go look through all that because incredible. I love that y'all are so active in there. A little bit overwhelming at 6:50 a.m. when I'm on the 10-minute countdown to the stream start. I love that y'all do that, though. I'm super excited to see, too, Kooky. I hope the stream went well last night. I mean, you got a finished product, so it sounds like it did. Impid, you said, "I enjoy the thought of a dragon-sized duck." Yeah, I mean, we can only make things so small on that map, so at the very least, that duck is horse-sized, probably closer to dragon-sized. GD Gray says, "Would you rather fight a dragon-sized duck or 5 duck-sized dragons?" Look, the duck-sized dragons are more kickable, right? I feel like we got to go with that. Duck-sized ducks and geese-sized geese are aggressive enough. So, yeah, we'll stick to the duck-sized dragons. I feel like there might be a better, safer bet there. Yeah, I dig that other name. Other name wasn't available. Says a feathered dragon would make sense given what we've learned about dinosaurs. I'd kind of want to see that, y'all. Anybody working on some fantasy books with dragons in them? Gray, I know you probably are. I do love the idea of putting feathers on them, just kind of like how we know dinosaurs, or believe dinosaurs were feathered. I think we know at this point, right? It's always hard to say. Science changes and corrects itself. Cassidy, 1,047 words. Well done. You've hit your word goal today. Well done. Yo, shouts for Cassidy in the chat. Well done, Cassidy. You're early. You're early today, but good job. That is a very nice word goal. He said it's a little bit rough, but I'll take it. Hey, that's all right. Look, you can't edit words you have not written. And now you've written them, so now you can edit it. Well done. Ian, you have some feathered dragons coming. Dude, rock on. I really love this idea. Now that it's, y'all planted it in my head, I'm kind of into it. That sounds super cool. Oh, okay. AR Roslyn, you have a feathered dragon as well. Okay, y'all way ahead of the curve on me here. You got those feathered dragons going on. Gray, I always vibe with the old Conan stories having dragons that were clearly just leftover dinosaurs. That's a fun thought too. You're putting me in the mind space of like those bad 80s action movies, or even earlier probably, more like 60s, 70s, where it would have like a dinosaur and it'd be like the most dramatic thing in the world, and then you look at it today and you're like, well, that's clearly just a person in a suit and is not intimidating in the slightest. It's like, you know, the big bad of the movie, and it's just like some poor brontosaur that's like half deflated. I love it. All right, folks. Well, we got to get some words on page. We are approaching halfway through the stream, and I'm only at 360 words. What are we doing here? Shame on me. Let's get this going here. We need some words on page. So, folks, I'm going to do my next writing sprint. If you want to join along, well, I'd be happy to have you. Turn to that blank page, open your pen, open your word processor, whatever it is. Let's get going. Good luck, everybody. Timer is ticking. And, well, there's nothing left to do but put those words on the page. Let's get to it. See if I can remember where I was where we left off. Good morning, Jacob. Good to see you, buddy. Happy Tuesday. How are you? How you been? Starting that day off right? Thank you for, by the way, I missed it. Thank you, Harpy, Aaron Winnick, and Jacob for re-upping the stream team. I appreciate those. Harp me, y'all. You're keeping the stream team current. Thank you very much for that. Kooky, you're going to head out and get a little more rest before starting your day. No worries. Hey, thanks for popping in. It was good to see you, Kooky. And I'm excited to look at those icons you made in Discord. Thank you very much for that. Have a good one. Hey, Ian, have a good day at work, my friend. Thank you for joining. It was a pleasure to have you. See you in the Discord. Hope your work day goes well. Oh, I forgot to do my starting word count. So wait, let's get that real quick. 360, y'all. That's where the sprint's starting. And I've added, no, 29 words to it, something like that. And we got a little more time on the clock. What are we looking at here? Another 3 minutes. Let's add some words in here. Hey, welcome in, folks. Glad to have you. See some new names hanging out. How's your Tuesday going? Glad to have you around here. I have, minute 56 left on this writing sprint, and then I'll circle back around and talk about books and publishing, writing, anything you want to talk about. Just let me know. Drop those questions in chat. You reading anything good? You got any questions about what it's like to be an author, or how you could become one? How's publishing work? Any of that stuff? You let me know. We talk about it. Appreciate their likes, folks. Thank you very much for that. The likes and the follows, y'all are very generous. Thank you. Harpy, thank you for the hi, Bear. Very kind to you. Very kind. Thank you very much. Super generous. Harpy kind of looks like a gummy, doesn't it? You're putting me in the mindset of like gummy bear with that thing. Is it a gummy? I can't tell, but it looks like one, and now I want gummy bears, so thank you, Harpy. And AJ, thank you for the Tiny Diny. Objectively, the best award on TikTok. I will hear no word otherwise. Thank you very much, AJ. Super kind to you. Let me finish off this sentence here, and we'll be done with this writing sprint. All right, well, there we go. Just a couple more words in it. Folks, writing sprint done. Let's see how that went. What was my starting word count? 360, and my ending was 533. So a little bit of quick math here. 173 words. Okay, that's fine. We're trending below average today, but that's okay. That's why it's an average. Folks, if you were writing along with me, if you were writing at home, please let me know how it went. Rafi, you said you're not writing at home feels wrong. Concise 56 words, but still. Hey, man, 56 words. It's more than you had. Good work. Good progress. Um, we take those. We take those words. Whew, boy. Well, folks, happy Tuesday. Welcome in. How you doing today? We're starting off strong here. Having a good one this morning. Bad Millennial. Hey, welcome in. You said, what is your playlist? I can drop that for you. The stream music, you can find it on Spotify here with this link. Just copy and paste it out. That would get you 4 of the 5 songs. The last one is custom made by community member Rafi the engineer, so a huge thank you to him. It is not posted online, it's just here on the stream. So Rafi, as always, thank you for that. But that Spotify playlist will get you 4 out of the 5 background songs. So check it out. And thanks for being here, man. Hope you're doing well today. Goatman, you said I got lunch made in that sprint. That's a win for me. Ooh, Goatman, what's for lunch though? What's for lunch? You're making me hungry. Harpy, 270 words written on that sprint. Well done. That's a heavy one. And GD Penman, 340. Oof. Well done. Gray had told me they would pop into stream so they could beat me at my own game. But I knew it would be no contest from the beginning. Gray routinely writes about double the number of words per day than I do. And it ain't even worth trying to compete. Gray is a machine that turns spite into words and good books. Rappy said, do you like writing not at home? Have you found it does anything to your writing? Good question, Rafi. I do like to change it up once in a while. It's very invigorating to go write somewhere else. Get away from the desk. Maybe go to a local library or a cafe. You know what I like writing. What I like about writing away from home most is just being on my laptop. I'm a rabid minimalist, y'all. I really like to not have more than I need. And realistically, for writing, a nice little laptop runs smooth, runs fast, doesn't have a lot of bloatware on it. Just really a word processor and some playlists. That's all you really need. And I get a lot of satisfaction out of just going with my little old MacBook and sitting down somewhere new, putting the music on, and just typing away at the keyboard. That's my favorite part of writing on the go. It's super satisfying. Don't get me wrong, I love my big old computer, set it up, my 2 monitors, my multiple webcams for streaming. Like, that's all fun. But some days you just gotta disconnect and take a little old 12-year-old MacBook out to a coffee shop and put some words on page. Snow, welcome in, buddy. Hey, happy Tuesday. How are you doing? It's good to see you. Hope your week's going well. You have a good Monday? Bad Millennial, hey, thank you for the follow. Very kind to you. My friend, every time I read your name, I want to say Brad Millennial. So I'm going to go ahead and apologize in advance if I call you Brad Millennial. But bad. It is Bad Millennial. Goatman, pulled pork sandwich for lunch, and your wife likes her homemade Lunchables. Oh, homemade Lunchables sound very good. That sounds awesome. Lunchables, but better, right? Goatman, it is 8:04 a.m. my time, and you got my stomach rumbling already. Oh, I need to go eat something. After stream, maybe. After stream. AR, you said you're currently at Tim Hortons grabbing coffee and going to write on my tablet. Hey, see, she gets it. You get what's going on. Rock on. That sounds lovely. Obviously, I would assume up in Canada, if you're talking about Timmy's, we don't really have the luxury of it down here. I think we have a couple of them, like in upstate New York and like Michigan and stuff, but not any down here on the Gulf Coast. Enjoy that. Rafi, you said you have friends with literal degrees in IT, and that's the first time I've heard bloatware. Oh, yeah, it's a term. Just any software that's kind of excessive, takes up a lot of space, probably moves slows your computer down. All that good stuff, obviously. I try to cut that out ruthlessly. My MacBook is like kind of frightening how little's on it. It's basically like 4 programs and 2 folders, and they're just all on the home screen. That's it. That's all we got on there. And Spotify. Snow, you had a good Monday. Rock on. Glad to hear it. Yeah, I had a good one here too. Thank you for asking. We did our stream yesterday. Went well. Had a lot of folks chatting, hanging out. Good time. Worked on some publishing stuff in between, and then had dinner, and I was on a podcast with my friends over at Chat and Stats. So yeah, we did that. I was joking. I was on a podcast Sunday afternoon. I streamed Monday morning. 12 hours later, I was on a podcast Monday night. And 12 hours later, we're here streaming with y'all. So apparently we just go live every 12 hours now. That's just my life. We just cycle through every 12 hours back on live talking to some folks. But no, it's fun. I'm having a good time with it. AR, you said you're originally from Maine, but you miss your Dunkin'. I feel you, AR. I used to live in Boston, and the Dunkin' up there is just better. It is actually very good there, and I can't speak for the whole country, but Dunkin' in Texas, not good. Very, very not good. Makes me miss Boston for sure. There's 3 Tim Hortons in Houston, says Senior Goatman. Interesting. Well, I need to see if any of them are close to me. Gotta go out and try it. I haven't had it in about 15 years. D. Kyle, buenos dias, my friend. Welcome in. How you doing? Happy Tuesday to you. Hope you're doing well. Dunkin' is McDonald's quality in Oklahoma and Texas, says D. Kyle. I suppose depending on where you're coming from, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But considering it's not a Dunkin' in Boston, probably not very good. Snow, you said I was going to watch the podcast at 7 p.m. yesterday, but it wasn't live. Must have missed it. Yeah, Snow, there was the host lost internet right beforehand, so we started about 10 minutes late. But then we went for about 2 hours, so we were rocking and rolling for a bit. But no worries. I'm sure it's on their YouTube channel. You can watch the VOD, just like on mine. Paul, you said I definitely go to Dunkin' too much. And hey, good morning, Paul. Good to see you, man. Speaking of the podcast, you were there in chat. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Asked some good questions. Good to have you back, buddy. But sorry, I'm looking down at YouTube here. Renegade says you're gonna stream the Lightning game in 12 hours, right? Got to keep the streaming every 12 hours going. Folks, my hockey team is starting their playoffs tonight. I will decidedly not be streaming that because I will be stressing way too hard and probably stress eating pizza watching that game. So that'll be a fun evening. GD, Gray, you're just going to sit quietly with your real coffee? Hey, look, Gray, I got my home brewed espresso here, black with sugar. So we got some interesting coffee going on, but a good cup of Dunk's iced coffee out of Boston, you can't beat it. It's good. It's good in a terrible way. It's very unique. But Gray, what coffee? What's your real coffee? What are you drinking? A fallen star. Hello. Happy Tuesday to you. How you doing? Welcome in. Glad to have you. Sorry, chat, you're killing me. D. Kyle, you said you had a conference at Margaritaville in Lake Conroe last week. Houston is a steam room. Yeah, let me pull up Lake Conroe because I know it in name, but how close is it to me? I know Lake Conroe, Texas. Let's see. Okay, yeah. So you're up on the north end. I didn't know there was a Margaritaville there. That's fun. Well, welcome to our humidifier we call Houston. Kyle, you said go Stars as well. I haven't checked on how their series is going, but they're playing the Avalanche, right? So yeah, go Stars, agreed. Just don't let the other Houston locals hear me saying that. Rafi, you said I left for a second, but I see Dunkin' talk. You worked for Dunkin' for 3 years. Hey, rock on, dude. Was it one of the good Dunkins? Was it a Dunkin' up in Massachusetts, or was it one of the imposter Dunkins around the country? Gray, yes, Margaritavilles are real. They're cheesy as all get out. There's a wonderful long-form YouTube video you should watch about a person who went to every Margaritaville in America. You would greatly enjoy it. It is right up your alley. And Gray, you answered my question. You said you're drinking a Mexican blend today, saving the good stuff for the weekends. Well, what's the good stuff, Gray? If your Mexican blend coffee's not the good stuff, what's the good stuff? Fallen Star said, I read the last name is Hirsch and got excited. Alex Hirsch? I'm not sure who that is. Is that what you mean? American animator, writer, and producer and voice actor. If that's who you're talking about. Jordan, good morning. Hey, welcome in. Oh, y'all, a lot of folks in chat. I appreciate that. I'm struggling to keep up here. But there's a lot of new folks hanging out, so let me say, first of all, welcome in. Happy Tuesday to you. Music, hey, welcome in, buddy. You said, what are my books about? Well, I was just getting into that. Thanks for asking. Nice little segue you provided me here. Folks, I am author Alex Knight. Thanks for being here. We stream every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. These are my books right here. I typically write fantasy these days. So this top row is all fantasy. Bottom row is lit RPG or progression fantasy, if you're into that genre. My newest thing coming out is Wriggly Little Hands here in the top center. Coming out on May 27th. It's a comedy fantasy. But yeah, if you got any questions about the books, please ask. You can find them all on Amazon or at authoralexknight.com. They are available in ebook, paperback, and audiobook. So yeah, any format you prefer. They're on Kindle Unlimited too. But I was getting ready to get into kind of what the stream's all about. So first of all, welcome in. We stream every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time, and what I do Monday to Thursday is put 5 minutes on the clock, and I write my next book on stream, and I invite y'all to create along with me. Whatever it is, it could be art, that could be writing. I've had people make lunch, cook breakfast, clean their house, whatever it is. 5 minutes of focused creative time. Then we talk about it, see how everybody did, and we come back to chat. We talk about anything y'all want to talk about, or I take questions about books, writing, publishing, writing, talk, shop talk, anything like that. Y'all let me know. We'll talk about it. Fallen Star, I don't write spicy fantasy. Fun fact, I was a romance ghostwriter for a while. So I've done my fair share of that. Low on the spice level, but heavy on the romance. Back in the day. These days, it's more goofy, more adventurous. Sleepy says Alex Knight is easily the most prolific spicy fantasy author. If by spicy fantasy you mean fantasy that is fueled by me putting Cajun seasoning and Louisiana hot sauce on everything, then you are spot on, my friend. That's the spicy that I do today. Music, you asked, what is my book about? Well, thank you for asking. Today we are working on Paragon 5. That's going to be this book down here on the bottom left with the white border. I'm writing the fifth and final book in that series. It's basically post-apocalyptic fiction, a world in which on one day portals opened all around the world and monsters came spewing out of them, causing a mini apocalypse on Earth. In the ruins that follow, Paragon series follows a group of adventurers who go into these portals, fight back the monsters, and destroy the source of the portal, thus sealing it and making the area around it safe. That's where book 1 begins. We're pretty deep into it now. So book 5, stakes are high, got a lot of crazy stuff going on. Be fun to wrap it up. Perhaps a bit more approachable. My books on the top row, these are all my book 1s. The Far Wild is like a fantasy adventure thriller, kind of inspired by Jurassic Park. And Servant of Rage is a bit more action, kind of Dragon Ball Z-esque fight scenes in an epic, gritty world. It's a fun time. Thanks for asking, though. Cassidy, I did miss your question. Please do re-ask. And folks, that's a standing rule. If I ever miss your question, please let me know. Ask it again, because I do want to get to them all. Just sometimes they scroll past while I'm rambling about something or other. Like Fallen Star, you said, how do you get over writer's block? Hey, Fallen Star, that is a specialty of ours around here. I think the best way to get over writer's block is to not worry about the quality of the words you're writing. Just do like what we do here. Put 5 minutes on the clock and just write for those 5 minutes. It doesn't have to be good writing, just words on page. I think that's a good way to kind of trick yourself through it. It's very freeing when you don't worry about the words being good. You just kind of write where your mind's going, where the story wants to lead you. Because you can always edit it later, right? But you can't edit something you haven't written. So it's totally fine to just get words on paper. So we're going to do that here in a minute. I'm going to answer these few questions here, and then we're going to do another 5-minute writing sprint. Star, if you're struggling with writer's block, I invite you to join along for this sprint. Again, doesn't have to be good words. Just get words on page. Geogram, welcome in, my friend. You said Alex contributed to my Discord server's spicy art gallery. This is true. I sure did. Y'all want to see it? Y'all want to see my contribution to Geo's spicy Discord gallery? We can pull it up here. It is stream friendly. Let's pull it up. We're gonna go over to Geo's Discord channel. Discord server. And oh boy, Geo, I hope there's nothing else in there that I'm gonna accidentally show on stream. Let me just double check that it's safe before we just stream that. There we go. Okay, we're good. We're good. Folks, Geo's right. I did contribute to the Spicy Art channel on their stream, or on their Discord server, and there it is. There's my contribution. Had to kick it off with the spiciest stuff I have in the house. Yes, I am slightly lacking in the hottest of the hot sauces right now, but this is a good starting foundation. Truly art, says Empage. I couldn't help myself. So yeah, there's my contribution. And the seasonings I live by there, if it's not a mix of Slap Your Mama Cajun seasoning and Louisiana hot sauce, then I did not make it. Alright, let me catch up on chat here, and then we'll do our writing sprint. So I'm going to say 60-second timer. I'm going to try to rapid fire through all this. Cassidy, let's see. You re-asked your question. You said, my protagonist is angry, so she swears a good amount. I was curious how much swearing is too much before it comes off as a crutch. Cassidy, it really comes down to the character and the tone you're looking for in your book, right? Because like too much will chase people off. So you don't want to chase people off. Essentially, you don't want to scare away readers. It just kind of comes down to the content level, essentially. Like think about it kind of like a like a rating system for movies. I think is a good way to do it. And think about what rating movie your audience would be okay with, and try to kind of keep it within those parameters. I think if it comes down to it, though, I do prefer a little less swearing, just because I don't want to chase folks away. More sales means I get to keep doing this job. So I like my books to have the widest appeal possible. But here, I'll say this. Write it how you want to write it, and then come back, and you can always edit stuff out. So you can get opinions, you can get feedback, you can write the whole book and then come back to it and look at it with fresh eyes and say, actually, I do want to change this. I've definitely done that in some of my books. So write it how it feels natural to you, fix it in editing. That's what I say. Gray, I know the scene you're referring to on The Wire. It is an absolute masterpiece. Al, welcome in. Glad to have you, buddy. Glad to see you. Happy Tuesday to you. Kyle, you're headed out? Hey, I appreciate you being here, man. Hope you have a good one. Glad to see you. Fallen Star, I've been writing about a superhero after a massive war and him dealing with the PTSD after everything that happened. Sounds interesting, Star. I'd be happy to have you work along with it here on stream with us. I love hearing all y'all books ideas. It's so original and out there. It's awesome. I've never been a particularly good idea man myself. I'm more on the execution side of writing the book. So I love hearing all your progress. And hey, Star, if you ever want to share that writing with us, or talk about it with the community, I'm gonna go ahead and drop our Discord link here in chat. This is our community Discord. When the stream ends, the fun continues there. We're approaching 100 members now. We got some active writing share channels. We got a writing sprint. Folks share their art. It's a good time, so please hop on in there if you want. We'd be happy to have you. Asterisk, hey, happy Tuesday, buddy. Welcome in. You said you're starting your first book, slightly less than 5,000 words in and hoping to keep going. Hey, rock on. Asterisk, you found the right place, my friend. First of all, congratulations on the progress. Congratulations on starting your first book. That's awesome. Super happy for you. Hey, we're here weekdays, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time, and we're writing on stream. I am overdue for my next writing sprint, so we're about to get to it. Basic concept is I'm going to start that 5-minute timer, and I'm going to work on my next book on stream. I encourage y'all to write along with me. Doesn't have to be good words. Let's just get some words on paper, and we'll come back and edit it later. So, Asterisk, if you want to add to that word count, man, hey, we're going to be about 60 seconds here. I'm going to fire up that timer, and we're going to get some words. Thank you for the follow, Asterisk. Pleasure to have you here, buddy. Thanks for popping in. Hope we can help you with that word count. Let me see if there's anything I missed real quick in chat. Sleepy saying Louisiana hot sauce on top. Hey, it is my favorite, Sleepy. Big fan of it. GD said, your slap your mama spices nearly killed my kids. Are they that hot, Gray? I am out of touch with the average spice level after so many years of eating it. I legitimately put slap your mama on everything, and it's probably not good at this point, but man, I love that seasoning. Manchu, hey, welcome in. Good to see you, man. You said every other word should be a dolphin sound like SpongeBob in regards to swearing in books. um, and Fallen Star, you said, where should I publish other than Wattpad? So, y'all, that's going to be, I'll answer that last question and we'll do our writing sprint. So, if you're going to write along with me, please grab a pen, turn to a blank page, or fire up your word processor. I don't know why I can't say processor this morning. And we'll get to the writing. But real quick, Fallen Star said, where should I publish other than Wattpad? Well, it really depends on the genre you're writing, Fallen, and what you want out of it. Do you want to sell books? Do you want to be traditionally published? Do you want to self-publish? I'd start with that. The three big options if you're trying to be a published author are traditional publishing, small press publishing, and self-publishing. They each have different pros and cons. I'm happy to talk about them. If any one of those sounds interesting to you, just let me know. Beyond Wattpad, if you're just doing it for fun, there's Gray mentioned Archive of Our Own. I think that's more of a romance slanted site. There's also Royal Road if you're writing lit RPG and stuff like that. Those are the three big ones that I'm aware of. I'm sure there's more out there, but those are the three if you're just kind of writing for fun or writing fanfics. Those are three good places to start. Yeah, it's mainly a fanfic. Okay, cool. So yeah, you're doing good on Wattpad there. I'd say look into Royal Road as well. And let me know. Let me know what works out for you best, because I'm a little bit out of touch on the free writing sites these days. So yeah, I agree, Cassidy. Asterisk, tell us what your story's about. Absolutely. And y'all, let's get some words on page. Thanks for being here. If you're new, pleasure to have you. We're gonna do our writing sprint. I encourage y'all to write along with me. Let's go ahead and. Gray said, my God, don't send the poor fresh-faced babies to Royal Road. They'll tear them apart. It can be a rough place, but it can be a good place, too. But y'all, timer is timing. Get a good swig of water here, and let's get some words on page. If you're writing along with me, I wish you luck. Let's add to that word count, folks. I am starting at 533 words, and we'll see where I'm at roughly 5 minutes from now. Hey, thanks for popping in, folks. Happy Tuesday to you. How you doing today? We are in the middle of a writing sprint for the next 2 minutes, 57 seconds. But if you have questions, you want to talk about anything, writing, publishing, books, whatever, please drop it in chat. We'll get to it here as soon as the sprint's done. And if you're writing along with me for this sprint, first of all, rock on. Second of all, good luck. We got 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. Let's put some words on paper. And maybe delete the typos that we just noticed. Grace says, "Oi, no, only adding words, no fixing typos, only forward." It's a good point, Gray. It's a good point. I say as I delete more words. 30 seconds left, y'all. Sprint to that finish. Let's get some more words in here. Finish strong. I believe in you. Gray, I deleted that typo just for you, buddy. Seth, great question, my friend. I will answer that here in just a few seconds. Thank you for asking, and thanks for being here. Good to see you again. I think that's time. Let me double check. Yes, time is up. Okay, so let me finish this sentence, and I'll come back. We'll do word count, and I'll take your questions. We'll talk about stuff. Boom. All right. Let's see. Good writing sprint, everybody. Please, if you were writing along, let me know how it went for you. I'm at 750 words, and I started at 533, so we'll be all right there. 750 minus 533. Oh, we picked up 217 words. That's pretty good. That's the best sprint of the day for me. And that brings our total to 750. All right, rock on. Folks, if you were sprinting along with me, let me know how it went. Gray, drop that word count in there. I know you blew me away. Go ahead, get it over with. Let me know. Seth asked, do you co-write books? Seth, I have one series that I'm co-writing. Lex, hey, welcome in, bud. Good to see you. Y'all, if you have not checked out Lex's live streams, you need to. My dude is painting incredible spray paint art in VR. And it's like photorealistic. It's insane how good the graphics of the program are. And then his art is just absolutely wicked. Like, I am in love with the stuff he makes. It's super cool. Definitely check him out. Oh, Lex throwing me the 10 popular votes gift right as I'm singing his praises. Is that the literal manifestation of your checks in the mail? I appreciate that, dude. Good to see you. Welcome. And Seth, you asked, do I co-write my books? Seth, I just co-write this one series down here on the bottom left, Paragon. I am very lucky to get to co-write it with my good friend Luke Chemlenko. Super cool dude. Absolute joy to work with. We're on book 5 of our series. It's been a great time working with him. All the rest of my books, I'm the sole author on them, but Luke and I share the lift on that one. So, hey, thanks for asking. All right, let me catch up on chat here. Alicia, good morning. Good to see you. Rafi, 116 words on that sprint. Rock on. Well done. Alicia, how you doing today? Happy Tuesday. Seth, you've started binging Rings of Power. Okay, nice. Pretty cool to see Moria in that series, right? At its height, like thriving. It's actually with my desktop background, concept art from it for a long time. I do like the world building in Rings of Power. I'll say that for it. Slindy, you said I'm going to go to sleep for a bit before you have to start chores for the day. Have a good sprint. Hey, no worries, Slindy. Thanks for popping in, man. Good to see you. Thanks for lurking. Always happy to have you. Hope you have a good day. Fallen Star, you said, so I have posted parts of it on Wattpad. However, I also have the original main copy in notes, too. Gotcha. Hey, it's fun to get the feedback, right, Star? And that's we got that channel in Discord for that. If you want to get a little more feedback, please, by all means, post it in there. But hey, good on you for getting it out in the world, right? It's one thing to write, it's another thing to share it with folks. It can be scary. So I'm proud of you if you're doing that. Rock on, man. Let's see. Manchu says when you become... Oh, wait, nope, sorry. I jumped ahead. I skipped A.R. Roslyn. I gotta remember that. Roslyn, not Roslyn. I want to call you Roslyn. But there's literally a rose in your name. We're going to get there. You said I'm working on a character to portray them in my book. Was there a part 1? Who is the them there? I think I might have missed that. But, ooh, very exciting. Everybody loves a good betrayal, right? Especially when you don't see it coming. Blindside the reader as much as you do the character that is getting betrayed. Extra brutal, extra fun. Seth said, okay, do you also sell hard copies? I don't like reading on my Kindle. Yeah, Seth, absolutely. That's the wrong screen, Alex. Here we go. All these books are available in hard copy except for Paragon. Paragon's just a digital product. But all these other books up here, you can get them in paperback and audiobook and ebook. But you're interested in hard copy, so paperback's available for all of them. And Servant of Rage here on the top left is available in hardback, too. It's my first hardback book. So yeah, if you're into reading the physical copies, they're there. Please check them out, Amazon or authoralexknight.com. Let's see the rest of the chat here. Manchu said, when you become a New York Times bestseller, can the community get a shout out? Absolutely, y'all can. Of course, yeah. Hey, we're in this for the long haul, right? That's the plan. Rising tides lift all ships, grow together. Thank you for being here with me, folks. Seriously. And by the way, Isabel Knight on YouTube. Hey, welcome in. Glad to have you. Thanks for catching up on YouTube. You said good evening or morning for me. Yes, it is morning for me. Evening where you are, I suppose. You said I have a betrayal in my book. I didn't even know the character was going to be a traitor until I started writing her. That's fun, isn't it? Sometimes the characters take on lives of their own. It's a special thing when you can really just get in their head and just kind of let it flow, right? Surprise yourself sometimes. I love that. That means it's clicking. So rock on. That's ton of fun. And Isabel, what are you writing? What's your genre? What's your little story pitch, if you don't mind sharing it? Love talking about it. Rafi, sorry, you said earlier 116 words on your last sprint. Very good, Rafi. Very good. I know you're tired. I know the eyes are hurting, but props to you for sprinting along with us. Al said, I'm trying to find a way to figure out a way to camouflage this info/expo dump. Hey, Al, split it up a little bit. Spread it out over the course of a chapter, you know, just kind of sprinkle it in over the course of the chapter, or it could be several chapters. I find the authors like to, we feel like we want to just get all that information out there, but the reader doesn't need more than is absolutely necessary. So feel free to sprinkle in that info dump. A little bit here, a little bit there. The readers will pick up on it as they're going. Oh, Leisha, that's right. You just got back from vacation. How was it? I hope it was a good trip. Welcome home. Glad to have you back. I hope it was a good trip for you. A restful, restorative vacation. Oh, Paul, you said last night on the interview with the podcast, you teased a change of genre or writing style or something, but I had to leave before you went into more detail. Any detail here about what you meant? Paul, I was talking about Wriggly Little Hands here, top center, my comedy fantasy. I was saying, y'all, I always tell you to follow your passion and write what's true to you, what you're really interested in. That's advice that took me 10 published novels to get to and finally take a risk on with Wriggly Little Hands. That's kind of the change I'm talking about, Paul. Oh, GD Penman, Gray, you're heading out? I'll catch you on WhatsApp, my friend. Have a good day. I'm sure we'll be talking smack at each other here in a little bit. Thanks for stopping by, man. Good to see you. What I was talking about with the change of tone was simply, I published all these books, you know, and very happy with them, had a great time, and I wanted to write comedy that whole time. but I didn't. My publishers were like, comedy doesn't sell. It's not that hot. It's hard to make a living in comedy. It took me 10 published books before I finally sat down and said, screw it. I'm gonna write what I want to write. And Wriggly Little Hands was that book, and it at a foundational level changed my approach to writing, and I'm so happy I published it. I wrote it. I can't wait to publish it here in a little bit and see what y'all think about it. But the early reviews are reflecting that it was a good decision to chase truly what I wanted to write about the most. So that's what I was talking about, Paul. Thank you for asking, though. Hey, let me catch up on chat. A lot going on here. Isabel Knight on YouTube, you answered my question. You said, I'm a middle grade fantasy author, and I'm currently working on Island Keepers, which is a middle grade fantasy that Spark meets Skandar and the Unicorn Thief. I'm on draft 2 of Island Keepers, trying to keep Act 2 from falling apart. Well, Isabel, first of all, incredible. Congratulations. That's super fun. I love a good middle grade book. I think you're the first MG author we have hanging out around here, so welcome in. Glad to have you. Gotta see middle grade represented. That is such an important genre, such an important time of a reader's life, you know, that age range. Middle grade books make the authors of tomorrow, really, so thank you for doing that. That's super cool. Let's see, you said currently working on Island Keepers. Okay, so I'm going to write that down because I want to look it up, Isabel. Island Keepers. And is it under Isabel Knight? So I'm going to look that up. We got another Knight here hanging out. Very popular last name for authors, actors, and narrators, it seems. We're all coming out of the woodwork. We are Legion. Manchu says, please don't kill any of the characters I like in Paragon. Manchu, I'll make no promises, but I will tell you that Paragon's not a heavy enough series that you should be too concerned about any characters. Or is it? No promises. We're on book 5, y'all. The stakes are high. We're wrapping up the whole series here, so who knows how it's going to go down. I mean, I do, but I'm not going to tell you. Sloyds, hey, welcome in, man. Good to see you. Happy Tuesday. You said I stopped reading Fablehaven to my son at book 3 or 4 because it got too info dumpy. Sprinkles only. Yeah, you gotta, you know, just season it. Seasoning, right? Just get it in there. Matthew Wicks, hey, welcome in, buddy. Glad to have you. You said I'm an author too. Well, congrats. That's awesome. What do you write, Matthew? Tell us about it. Happy to have you here. Thanks for stopping by. AR, you said I'm still figuring out. AR Rosalind, we're gonna get it. We're gonna remember that. Said I'm still figuring out what it is that forces him to betray her. Referring to your character, you said you didn't know would have a betrayal. Yeah, you know, you gotta find it. You gotta find it, but feel it out. Feel it out. You know, let your guide, let your creative passion guide you to it. If that's how it works for you, that's how it works. Nothing wrong with that. Paul, you can't wait till Wriggly Little Hands comes out. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I cannot wait to get it to y'all. I really can't. I don't know, greatest thing I've ever written, not just from how good of a book it is, but from how excited I am about it. I just can't wait to get it to y'all. I really can't. Oh, Sloyds, thank you. You said I love that for you, man. I can't wait to read it as well. Well, thank you, Sloyds. Y'all, I'll flash it up here real quick. We're a little over a month from launch, or we're gonna soft launch the paperback early on May 9th on Amazon, but y'all, I've been talking a lot about it, so let me just give you the elevator pitch for it. Wriggly Little Hands is a fantasy comedy where a bumbling family of goblins go on a quest to save the Dark Lord and accidentally do good at every turn. They're not quite as evil as they think they are. It's an adorable book, in my opinion. It's goofy as all get out. It's chaotic. It's a little bit gross. And in the end, it's wholesome. That's the part that really surprised me. I set out to write a book that was just fun and goofy and just to make myself laugh. And then by the end of it, I was like, holy crap, when did this get wholesome? That's really strange. I did not intend for that to happen. So keep an eye out, folks. I'll be talking about it as we get there, but that book's straight from the heart. Fallen Star, your story is called Clipped Wings, and it took you so long to come up with a title. Well, it's a good title, I think. Well done. Titles are hard, my friend. Titles are very hard. Please, like I said, pop into Discord if you want. You can share stuff. You can share snippets in there. We're always happy to give a read and give a little bit of encouragement. I'll drop the Discord link again in chat. Folks, like I said, once the stream ends, the party continues in Discord. So please pop on in there. Isabel Knight, you said the series is not published yet. My published series is called Enchantria. Okay, let me mark that down. I'm going to take a look at it. Enchantria. Sick. I like the title too, Isabel. Isabel, right? Or is it shouldn't be Isabella. It's just Isabel. Um, rock on though, and thanks for tuning in from YouTube. Happy to have you. All right, well, we need to get to another writing sprint here because we're not at our word goal yet. But let me wrap up with what's in chat real quick, and then we'll do another sprint. So, y'all, if you want to write along with me on this next sprint, um, open your Word doc, pick up your pen. We're getting ready to do it. Seth said, "So do publishers drop you if you choose to do your own thing?" Not necessarily, Seth. It's a bit more of a relationship than that. How it works, like with my small press, Portal Books, that I publish with, if I have a new idea and I think it's a good fit for them, I'll bring it to them and they'll see if they're interested in publishing it. If not, no hard feelings. I can self-publish it or I can take it somewhere else. We have a working relationship. You know, they kind of, if the book seems like it's a good fit for them, they'll make an offer on it. But I'm not beholden to them. I don't have to give it to them. But I have an option to offer it to them if I'd like. Same for TradPub. If you're doing traditional publishing, you would basically pitch the book to your agent, who would see if there's any publishers interested in the idea, or technically, if they're taking it to a publisher, it would be a finished book at that point. So you would pitch it to your agent, and your agent would say, "Is this idea marketable? Is this something we should try to sell?" and kind of give you feedback on it. But since I am a hybrid author, I do small press and I do self-pub, and I've done some traditional stuff in the past. I kind of get to pick. I get the best of all worlds, really, which is why I like to be hybrid. Paul says, "I can't complain too much. It's given me time to work on the rest of your catalog." Is that about? Oh, that's about the time until Wriggly Little Hands releases. Paul, thank you very much for reading through all the books. I appreciate you going through that, man. It's super cool. You're just devouring the back catalog, so I appreciate you, buddy. I love hearing your feedback on it too. Alicia said, "How many books do you typically have in the work at once?" Alicia, I should only have one book in the work at once. I am very bad at doing multiple things at once. As you can tell from how bad I am at answering your questions here and also getting to the writing sprint. I'm a one-track mind kind of guy. So I like to have one book in the works. This quarter 1 has been a very unique time for me in regards to that, where I've had Servant of Rage. Here, I'll pop over to the book screen. We had Servant of Rage launch in quarter 1. Wriggly Little Hands launching here in quarter 2. Paragon 3 launched on April 1st. So I guess that's quarter 2. And I'm also was writing Thief of Honor, the free novella that goes with Servant of Rage as a prequel, while also writing the final book in the Paragon series. So I had way too much going on. It was just publishing timelines. They kind of worked out that way. It was unfortunate. But I like to have one book at a time because that's how I work best. And we're getting back to that now. We're almost done with this busy period. We're going to get back to doing one book at a time, the way it should be for me. Impage said, "Do you have a place where you keep ideas you have that don't work in your current story?" Absolutely, Impage. If we pull up the display capture, let's go to my Google Drive. I have this folder right here called Story Ideas. And if we pop into it, there are approximately 95 different items in here. Some of those are folders with even more ideas inside. Some of them are just Word docs with random ideas. But yeah, I write every idea down that I'm excited about, because you never know when you're going to come back and pull from it. So I would highly recommend doing that. Aiden, hey, welcome in, buddy. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. You said, "I'm curious to know your opinions on the use of AI in writing. Feel free to answer after your sprint." Oh, well, I appreciate that, Aiden. I'll give you an answer real quick here, and then we'll get to the sprint. I am not a fan of AI, even just from the simple fact of I enjoy the creative process so much. I want to do every part of it. You know, I want to experience it all. That's why I got into being an author. Is I just love that process. So I don't want to use anything to skip that part. To me, that's one of the most exciting parts of writing. And that's before even considering, ethical implications, or the fact that I just haven't seen AI writing that's ever impressed me, or that I think is good. And then, of course, there's all the issues of AI is trained on stolen content. I know for a fact that my books have been stolen and used to train AI. So that is not a good feeling. So I'm not too fond of AI in that regard. Ronnie says, "Art imitating life. Author sets out to write comedy, accidentally does wholesome at every turn." That's nice of you to say, Ronnie. I appreciate that. You're the one being wholesome right now. That's how it goes, right? It's a give and take relationship, y'all. I try to be wholesome and happy to start off your day, and y'all throw it right back, and in the end, we all leave happy. It's a good vibe. Fallen Star, you tried posting the prologue and feedback. Is that on the Discord server? Is that what you're talking about? Um, there is an onboarding process, so I think it probably needs you to post in general chat first before you can post in the other channels. I'm not sure though. Destroy and Dan, I have seen Terminator in regards to AI. That's why you always thank your Siri when you're done working with her, right? Paul, enjoy your breakfast. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Good to see you. Fallen Star, yeah. I think maybe you got to post in general chat like a welcome message to complete your onboarding. But if you're still having issues, shoot me a DM through Discord, and we can work it out. We can get it going for you. Yeah, Aiden, I agree with you on AI. It circumvents the creative process, and if I'm a creative, what I want to do is create, not shortcut through the creative process. I enjoy the creative process. Fallen Star, it gave you an error about having blocked content. Okay, so it might be the content filter then that's stopping you from getting there. Yeah, okay, let's see. I see here that it was blocked for some reason. I don't know, maybe, let's see, I'm just going to check why it did that. Well, Aiden, I have it, or not Aiden, sorry, Fallen Star, I have it here in the mod lounge, so I'll okay it to post as soon as stream's over. I'll go ahead and okay that. Figure out why AutoMod blocked it. I don't know, it was being over aggressive, but I'll get it sorted, no worries. Yeah, Alicia, you're correct. Sometimes it blocks posts simply because they're long. What you can do if you want to see if that's why, start a thread in Writing Share. Start a new thread in that channel and try to post it there. It shouldn't block it for length there. And then if it's an AutoMod issue, I'll sort it out. As soon as stream's over here in about 20 minutes, I'll go clean it up and make sure you're all right. Isabel, you said I'm debating whether to do the writing sprint or not. It's evening and I don't want to burn out. Oh, no worries. Yeah, if you've already written, we've only written 1,400 today. You said, hey, don't push yourself, Isabel. Writing's a marathon. We know that. Don't push beyond your comfort zone, but more than welcome to join us. We should cue this writing sprint up. I've been meaning to do it, so let's get to it. You're welcome to join, Isabel, but no pressure. No pressure at all. Don't burn yourself out. Burnout is brutal. Impage, you said I have a player for D&D that can't create anything without AI. It's frustrating to say the least. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Impage. Hey, work with him on it. Try to encourage him through it. Maybe send him here. We can work with him here. Fallen, I'm not sure. I don't think you did anything wrong. I think you're fine there. I think AutoMod's just being overzealous. It will block certain, what it considers extreme curse words, but I'll take a look at what the reasoning is there after. I just can't do it on stream, and we'll clean it up. We'll get AutoMod fixed there. It's all good, Rafi. Hey man, you travel safe. We're gonna get this writing sprint though. Let's go, folks. If you're gonna join me, on this sprint, please, good luck. We're kicking it up now. Harpy, no, I don't think Discord should block it if you put it in a thread. But we're still fine-tuning AutoMod, so we'll see. Like I said, I'll sort it after stream here. I'm sure it's all fine. Y'all, if you're joining me on this sprint, good luck. Let's get some words in. I'm trying to hit that 1,000-word goal. I actually getting near the end of stream here, so I need to hit it. So let's get a clean restart. We're going to do a full 5 minutes on this sprint. Let's get there. I'm going to push hard to see if we can hit that word goal. Whew. 2 minutes left, and we are closing on that word goal. This would be a good sprint here. Um, words are flowing, so I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to keep it going. Think time might be up. Let me check. It is? Okay, I'm just finishing this thought. It's a great sentence I want to end on. Yeah, okay. I had a good flow there that I really hit, and I wanted to keep it rolling. Hey, thank you for the follow, Jeremy, fantasy author, another author. Welcome in, buddy. Glad to have you. Happy Tuesday, and how you doing? What do you write? Tell us about it. Um, we're gonna. I saw a lot of chat that I saw going on there, so thank you for that, folks. Let me get my word count from that sprint real quick. But we did hit the word goal, so cue the fireworks, celebration time. Folks, if you were writing along with me, let me know how it went for you as well. Where did I start on that sprint? Let's see here. Right here. So 325 words I added on that one. Pretty happy about that. That's one of my best sprints in a long time, man. That flow zone was hitting. Renegade with the celebration goal. Hopefully we say that a lot about the Lightning tonight, my friend. Um, yeah, that's like my best sprint ever. But man, it was just flowing. I hit a flow state there. Pretty happy about that. That's a good way to wrap off the word goal for the day, huh? Let me catch up on chat, see what you're all talking about. Another follow star. Thank you for that follow. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Happy to have you. Happy to have another author working. Isabel Knight as well. No, thank you both for being here. Always glad to have other writers working on stuff. I love to hear what books you guys are doing, what creative ideas you got going on. Fallen, I'll take a look at Discord here in a minute and see if we can't sort out what's going on there with AutoMod. Let's see, what else did I miss in chat? Impage, you said you got a 3-parter. Let me see if I can find the start of it. See, 2 out of 3, but where's 1 out of 3? I don't see it. Well, let's go with 2 out of 3 and 3 out of 3. Impage, you said 3 pages of character vibes, like what they would do in a scenario, but literally nothing about who they were and where their character was from or how their character came to be. Tried to work with them. Every question I asked them, they just put it into ChatGPT. Oh, you're talking about your character who, your player who was using AI for making their character. Gotcha. Chase, thank you for for the It's Corn gift. Hilarious. I love it. A very generous gift. Thank you. And you know what? I gotta agree with it, man. Corn's good. Who doesn't love a good old fresh steamed corn on the cob with some hot butter on it? God, y'all making me hungry today. It ain't anywhere near lunchtime, and I'm ready to go, thanks to y'all. Leisha, you said that was amazing. Manchu, you said I hit the avatar state. Y'all, that's what it looks like when I write not on stream. I can actually like really channel it. I think I just disassociated out of my stream focus for that one. It was fun. Yeah, Impage, sorry your first message didn't come through, but I got the gist of it. I see what you're saying. That's a rough situation, man. I'm sorry about that. I hope you can work on them with it, though. Show them the joy of the creative process. It's so fun, you know? Not Chase Garrett said if only R.R. Martin had your flow state. Yeah, man, those are good books. I really like what George R.R. Martin wrote in there. I read through all of them. I'd love to read on the series, but you know what? I've never been in his position. I've never had that many people counting on me and that much money tied up in my writing, and I know that adds pressure. They say pressure is a privilege, but pressure is also pressure. So, hey, all I'll say is I hope to see the next book in the series because I'd love to read it. Isabel, you said on YouTube, still rather far from finishing this short story, but I made progress. Hey, well done. We like progress. We like progress around here. Congratulations and well done. Thanks for being here. Folks, I've dropped it a couple times, but if you want the party to continue when the stream ends, there's our Discord. You can copy and paste that link in chat and join the server. We do all the same stuff we do here, just there. Also approaching 100 members in that community. Absolutely insane, y'all. Thank you for the interest and for being active, for sharing your writing, for giving encouraging feedback to other folks that have shared their writing there. I love it. It's a great community. I appreciate y'all making it that way. Rafi, you're pretty sure you got everything? All right. I like it. Isabel, you're having fun on the live stream? Well, thank you. I appreciate you being here. Folks, we are here every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time on TikTok Live and YouTube Live. And if you don't know, hey, I'm author Alex Knight. Thank you for joining me. I've been writing full-time since 2018. These are my book ones. You can find them on Amazon or at authoralexknight.com. They're in ebook, paperback, and audiobook format. And a lot of folks ask me, hey, do you have a Patreon? Can I donate somewhere? Like, how do I support? And first of all, thank you. Very generous of you to ask. I'm flattered every time. But realistically, y'all, no Patreon, no donation link. All I say is if you're having a good time, give me a like and a follow so I can see you on the next one. And if you want to do a little more, hey, check out my books. See if one of them's interesting to you. They're in Kindle Unlimited, so if you're subscribed to that, you can pick them up for free. Or as part of your subscription. If you're looking at the Warden trilogy down on the bottom right, that's available as a digital box set. You can get it all the books for, I think, what, $6.99, so it's a steal. But no, that's all I say, folks. If you're having a good time, give my books a look. I appreciate it. Isabel, you said, I'm afraid I won't be able to join Discord, but if you ever do another one of these streams, I shall try to be there. Well, Isabel, I appreciate that. Like I said, we love to have you, and we'll be here. We'll be here every weekday, 7 to 9 a.m. Central Time. And since we're on YouTube, if you ever miss the live, youtube.com/@ type it in, author Alex Knight. All of the streams are saved there in my past lives, so you can go watch them after the fact if maybe you want to sleep in one day. Oh, Isabel, you went to Amazon to read a sample of one of my books. That's not weird at all. Thank you for doing that, and thank you. Kind things you said about the writing. Very nice of you. I'm gonna go look up your book after stream. I got a note of it right here, Enchantria by Isabel Knight. Hey, folks, thank you for being here. I've had a good time today. I hope you have. I want to give a very special thanks to Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com for the use of his songs Farm, Manor, Cottages, and Northern Glade, which have provided our background music today. As well, an extra special thank you to Raffi the Engineer, who's provided our newest background song, Midnight at the Round Table. Y'all, thank you, Raffi. Thank you to our community member there who made that song on stream for us to use on stream. Incredible. I'm still astounded by it every time it comes on. Thank you, Raffi. Super kind of you. Lastly, if you've enjoyed the stream, please give me a like and a follow so I can see you on the next one. We will be back tomorrow, same time, same place, 7, 9 a.m. Central Time. And don't forget, folks, Fridays. Friday. That's our fun one. We do map making live on stream. It's Fantasy Map Making Friday. I'd love to see you there. We've done 2 so far. They've been an absolute blast, and we're gonna keep it going. We're making a fantasy world live together on stream. It's a great time. So tune on in for that. Otherwise, folks, I have been author Alex Knight. You can find me at authoralexknight.com. Thank you for being here. I've had a great time with you all. Geogrim, Not Chase Garrett, Raffi the Engineer, Impage, Harpy, Marigold, Leisha T, Ronnie, Seth, Anna Hazel, A.R. Roslyn, author, Josh Murphy, Kristen, Isabella Knight on YouTube, Renegade on YouTube, all of y'all, thank you for being here. It's been an absolute pleasure. And I will catch y'all next time. Y'all have a good day. We'll catch up tomorrow. And hey, keep the good vibes flowing. I'll see you next time, y'all. Thanks for being here. Have a good one.